Yeah, yeah. This is the interview part two with Miss K. I hope you enjoy it.
Welcome, welcome to Grown Men Chopping It Up with J.R. Ryder and Carrie with the K. This is a grown up place for grown up talk. Put the kids to bed and crank up the volume. And let's get to it.
What is some of the stuff that can you remember that little boys when they was trying to get your goodies used to tell you? Do you remember anything?
Oh my goodness, I don't know.
Did you get? Let me just put the tip in.
That or I'm in pain. It's gonna burst.
Okay, how old were you when you gave somebody a hand job? What was the youngest?
I was scared of my mom, so I didn't do anything until really late.
What?
I was 19.
19 before the first hand job?
Yeah.
Wow. What about humping? Did you do any humping?
I didn't.
You didn't do no humping growing
18.
up? 18?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I was good. I was scared of my mom. I went to Catholic school.
So the thing is to put the fear of God in the
Yes.
Oh, okay. So how did you know you reached puberty?
Well, you know what? I was 10. And my mom, my period started, and she asked me, did I want to go to school? And I said, what do you mean? And then I already had these huge breasts. So I already knew, like, I was different.
Did they pop up one day, or did they slowly?
For me, I just remember always having to wear a bra. My mom always being frustrated with this, having to deal with this. And my younger sister wanting them, and she was nowhere near ready. She's only 13 months younger.
And she got no breasts.
No breasts.
And then you were very young with breasts.
Yes.
But you were able to navigate this system of traps and wait till you're 19 before you even hump.
Absolutely.
I was humping in elementary.
No.
We had this little game we played in elementary. I remember it. The girls would run and sit on our lap, and we would try to hold them, and they would shake or whatever and try to get free. And then, you get your little tingly feeling in your little wee-wee. And but it never did anything. It just was a big tingle.
Right.
And so we did that, and I remember that in elementary. I remember playing Hide and Go Get It.
Oh, my goodness.
You never played Hide and Go Get It?
I mean, we did, but I didn't know what that meant. And whenever I would run, and that was it. Like, nobody would get anything.
Oh, we played Hide and Go Get It. And I'll never forget playing Hide and Go Get It. It has to be elementary, because I was really little. And it was the girl Cece. Cece, I don't know. She was from San Diego. We lived in Alderley Street. So if you ever find her, tell her I said hi. So we were playing Hide and Go Get It. And she was hiding in a closet or something. And we were humping and kissing and humping and humping. And I got the tingly feeling, but nothing happened. Mm-hmm. So when did you learn about orgasms?
Oh, gosh. I mean, they taught, like, family life in school.
Okay, yeah, I remember that. Did they show the video with all the sexual diseases and all the...
I don't think they got that graphic with us in that type of school.
Yeah, they showed us everything.
Yeah, no, we didn't see all that. It's all a blur. I don't remember a lot of that.
So you don't remember your first orgasm?
No.
Really? I remember mine in details. This is another game of Hide and Go Get It. So we were playing Hide and Go Get It, and the little girl, we were playing. We had tents. We had tents set up. You know how you make a tent in a room?
Yes.
And it was like a couple kids or whatever, and we were humping, and so I pulled out my little wee wee, and she just started rubbing it. So I got the normal tingly feeling.
Yes.
That was, I was like, ooh, you like it. It just tingle. But this time, it kept going. And then all of a sudden, it was like, boom. And I was like, and it was just like a fountain. It was just like,
oh my Lord.
And I was like, oh. And she was like, oh, you peed on me. And so she ran one way. I ran into the bathroom, and my whole stomach was covered with nut.
Oh my Lord.
And I didn't know what it was, so I was going I was just putting it through my fingers, and I was like, it was so sticky, and it was so much of it. I was like, what the hell? So I washed off, and then I was like, let's do some experimenting.
Oh my.
And then for the next, up until, recently, I've been in the bathroom with the Victoria's Secret catalog. Back then it was the Sears catalog. You just go to the lingerie section.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I jerked off like 7 times a day.
Oh.
Every day. But it was like crack. Because that first nut was so it was so much and so amazing that I wanted it again.
Right.
So, but it lasts less and less each time you do it. So you just got to keep doing it more. And I'm sure like people in the family was like, this nigga takes so many shits. But I'm sure they knew.
Yeah.
I mean, you know. But for girls, I imagine that it's a way different experience because like you said, you guys are taught that it's bad.
Yes.
So exploring yourself is kind of,
it felt taboo, like I shouldn't be doing this, or I shouldn't. Now I might not have been humping boys, but I definitely was touching myself. 9th grade. Started to explore, like, oh, this feels good.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
So, but then it's like, okay, so this is a scenario I put on a podcast a long time ago. Your son reaches puberty.
Yes.
What do you think about taking him to like a brothel or like the Bunny Ranch in Vegas or Nevada and letting him have his first experience there?
No.
Okay, hear me out. They probably are cleaner than regular women because they get tested often. They're going to use protection. She can take her time and teach him the proper way to put on a condom. The proper way to make sure it doesn't fall off. Because how many boys were trying to creep and get your cookies?
Right.
Right? In the craziest places, right?
Okay.
You got the little 13-year-old. They're trying to have sex at school.
Yes.
Right? That's a rush.
Yes.
They're probably not going to wear the condom, right?
No.
Or if they even wear it.
Right.
They're going to probably bigger chance to make a life-altering mistake.
Absolutely.
But if he goes somewhere and then he can get it the right way, then it's no longer this big chase.
Right.
Right? Right. It's no longer like, I gotta get some pussy because I never had none. It's like, okay, that was great. I've had the experience. I know the right way to do it. Now I can go on. What do you think? No. You rather him just...
No, but okay, so I'm totally, I would be a cool mom, but I want my child to be in love. I want him to,
But we know that's not, come on.
But, okay.
You work with 7-inch, beyond 7-inch.
If it's my child, he's going to be all sensitive and
and the girls are really going to love him. And she's going to have the beyond 7.
Man, but I'm not going to want him to go to some bunny ranch that I took him to and get all whooped on some old bunny ranch girl that he can't have.
But I mean, at least, but look, he's gonna try to do it anyway.
Yeah.
He's gonna, most likely, you're not gonna know.
Okay. If he came to me, now if he comes to me and says, Mom, I want, then okay, that's different. But I'm not gonna introduce that to him.
So, but his friends are gonna introduce it to him. Like
we would have a good...
The people that told me about sex, okay, they told me that if you take you get earwax and you put it in the coochie, if it burns, she got a disease.
Oh my
If
God.
it doesn't, she's fine.
Again, we would have an open communication.
That's
A. Yeah.
2, if she bleeds the first time you do it, she can't get pregnant.
Oh my gosh.
3, she can't get pregnant on her period.
Oh my Lord.
4, if you pull it out before you come, she can't get pregnant. This is the advice that people gave me. This is real shit. This is what they told me.
Okay.
I was like, oh, okay.
Okay. I can't.
So, I'm just saying, I think because that's why these kids go to college. And what do they... Look, the little boy raping the girl by the dumpster.
My gosh.
She's passed out drunk. And being raped in college is normal.
Man.
That's not a rarity.
That's so sad.
That's normal. Some campuses have like a 30% rate
Down in the
of that
South
shit.
Bay, it's just rampant.
Right.
Stanford, San Jose State.
Yes.
UC Berkeley.
It's nothing to these girls losing their virginity or going to a frat party because this is their first freedom. But if the little boys were already exposed to it, then that's the thing. I think that people still, like you said, they're living in this bubble. My baby this. That's why they're sending their kids to school ill-informed, and they're messing around with beyond 7.
Right.
Because he has a little bit of information because somebody messed with him at some point in his life. So he thinks he has a little bit of knowledge.
Right.
She's naive.
Right.
He's giving her the 7. Well, beyond 7.
I mean, I don't know if I would take them, again, I wouldn't take him to a brothel, but he would have access to condoms. There'd be a condom drawer in the house. I'm not opposed to that. I don't think I'd do that for my daughter. But for my son, look, I'm just being honest. For my son here, this is the place where the condoms are. It's gonna stay stocked. I'm realistic about the situation, but I'm not gonna push you into a sexual situation.
Do you think that he's pushing them into this? You think you're pushing them into it?
I'm not gonna be like, hey son, you want me? No, I'm not doing that. If he comes to me, no, can't. I'm sorry. You will have access to everything to keep you safe.
But you're not. I don't know. I think it's a good theory to think about.
Yes, it is.
I think that, especially if you know your kid, because this is the other thing that happens. We were talking about a baby earlier. We won't say any names, but you can tell that the baby likes women.
Yes.
And he probably liked the boobage area. Right. So I know a little kid, same kind of example. Always came over. She had a lot of girlfriends. He was always hugging the girlfriends. They was all like, ooh, you like boobs or whatever. It was cute. Until he got to middle school. Like the little girl. Wanted to rub her boobs. Told her she wanted to rub the boobs. She gave the letter to the principal. Right?
Yes.
Little kid in big trouble.
Yeah.
So, did he give up? No. He does something else. Now, the little boy is expelled from school because he liked boobs. But his whole life, he's been exposed to boobs.
Right.
But you need to have those kind of talks with those kids at an early age.
Yes.
Because now you got a little criminal.
Right. On your hand.
On your hand. Because now, how are you going to stop him with boobs? Because boobs was what you told him about. He was a boobaholic. So, what about getting kids assessed? How important is that? And what is assessed?
Assessed. So assessed is if your child is at least 2 grades below where they're supposed to be, and they're far below basic in their math or their reading, you might want to look into an assessment. If they already have a diagnosis of ADHD, but they're not behind, you might look into a 504, and that's a whole nother conversation. But assessment just means, getting them the tools that they're going to need to be successful in school. Because
but what about people who don't like their kids being labeled? Right? Like, I don't want my kid to be labeled because blah, blah, blah. It follows them their whole life, XYZ.
Right. I mean, that's something you have to deal with. But the way they do things now when kids have IEPs, which are individual educational plans, they still are mainstream. So they're not always in that SDC classroom all day with 6 kids and 1 teacher.
Right. I used to be jealous of them.
They're mainstream.
Because they got hella time to do their tests. I used to be like, man, they doing their tests and they got 1 person to help them.
Right. But there's accommodation. So there's kids that have IEPs that are still in regular ed classes.
Okay.
They have so many minutes of pull out.
Right.
They, like you said, they have extra time to take tests. Those are things that you can add in as accommodations.
Okay.
Your kid doesn't have to.
So when you were in school and you had to be in a class with the people with the helmets.
But see, I went to Catholic school, so it was different. We didn't have that class.
Okay, that was me. I was in the class with the kids with the helmets. Wow, somebody's popping fireworks outside. Yeah, I was in class with the kids with the helmets on, eating their paper, homework. But, so you think that's important. So sometimes with your little badass kid, he's running around acting up in school, you might want to swallow your pride and have him assessed.
Or first take them to the pediatrician. So we want to rule out anything medical.
Okay.
Take them to the pediatrician, have them get a full workup, full medical thing. Let's rule out anything medical or biological. And then bring them to school. And if they're, again, if their test scores are coming back and they're far below basic and teachers are telling you they're behind, they're in 5th grade and they're reading at a 2nd grade level, that's a problem.
Right.
Or they're reading at a 3rd grade level, that's a problem.
Yeah, that is a problem. And I acted up in school because I wasn't good at spelling at all. So anything that had to do with spelling, I was just going to act up, and then I get put out of class, and then I didn't have to do the spelling part.
Right.
And maybe if I would have got assessed, somebody could have helped me.
Right.
But I just acted a fool.
Right.
But then I missed other stuff in class because I was acting a fool.
Right.
But all my teachers and stuff loved me, so that didn't really help. So they'd find ways to, we'll work with you, blah, blah, blah.
That's good.
So, but it made me want to always practice spelling because I never could. Even as an adult, I just always struggle. I still struggle with spelling. But the good thing is that we got that autocorrect shit. So even when I spell shit way off, sometimes I spell it so bad that the autocorrect can't even
correct
fix it.
it.
It'd be like, what the fuck was that? But yeah, get the kids assessed. Okay, so let's wrap up this show. And what I want to talk about in the rant today is, how do you feel about society as a whole with the whole having kids and being a baby mama? It seems like it's acceptable for these young kids to have a kid but not even think about being married. Being a baby mama just seems like the new Coach bag or something. Like they wear it with pride. Like they don't even think about the other part of that. So how do we get these young kids, these young girls from an early age to realize that having a baby is not fun and games?
Again, it begins back with those positive affirmations and building their self-esteem. Because if they're built properly as young ladies, they won't allow for that. They won't settle for a baby mama. They're not going to want to be that. They're going to be looking towards school or a trade or just their business first and that afterwards. And it won't be just, I want to be your baby mom. No. Or looking for some money from you because they're your baby mama.
Right.
It won't be that. So you got to build these young ladies up, empower them, give them the tools that they need to survive. I think a lot of the reason why I didn't fall into certain traps, I had 4 brothers older than me.
Okay.
And they gamed me up. They were like, boom, boom. So I had 4 strong men in my life to tell me I was beautiful, I was wonderful. My dad didn't do it. My brothers did. And I had a strong mother. So I was good and able to say no to those things.
Because you knew you were beautiful.
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah. Okay. What's the birth control that you keep in for like 5 years?
That's the Marinia IUD.
Okay. So what do you think about...
Or they have one in your arm now.
Okay. So what do you think about, even if your daughter isn't sexual active, giving her that? Just so she gets out of high school.
I have feelings about that. Because they actually have them in the high school wellness centers. You can get that put in.
And
yes. See, you opening up cans of worms.
You can get that at school?
Yes. They have a high school. They have all the high school. Most of them have wellness center clinics, and you can get the birth control Nexplanon put in your arm at school.
Shit.
Yes, they have clinics and doctors there to do that for you.
That is absolutely bananas.
It's true.
I don't even know what to say.
Okay.
I
you opened it.
Wow. You can get that done in school.
Yes.
But what do you think about that though? I mean, like, if your daughter, you're suspecting that she could be sexually active.
Yeah.
You don't want to be a grandparent.
Right. But more so,
how long does it last?
5 years.
So, if she's going to the middle school, let's say she's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Shit, at least she got out of school.
There was actually a girl in our school that had it in her arm.
You can tell?
She let me feel it.
Was she fucking?
Yes.
Oh.
That's why.
Oh.
Yeah. Her dad, she's a single father. And he was just like,
I'm not,
I'm not dealing with that.
I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah.
Because at least you get them out of high school.
Right. Yeah.
But the reason why they don't is these parents are naive.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that. Again, so I don't want it to be like, so I want you to be having sex in high school, but I also want you to be safe. So if she says she's having sex or she wants to have sex, then we would have to talk about birth control. Because I'm not going to stop the sex, but I do want you to be safe.
But what if she doesn't tell you? And she comes home pregnant?
Then that would be a whole nother issue.
But that's my point. Like, what's preventive maintenance?
I see, and that scares me because I don't want to be like, yeah, it's okay, get that thing in your arm. No, it's not.
But see, that's where I think that the point with both of the things that I suggested to you, it's a problem and not a problem.
Yeah.
Because I said take your son to the brothel, and it's a problem because people say, well, you're introducing him to that. Mm-hmm. Well, what's the numbers on teenage pregnancy? What's the numbers on teenage STDs?
Right.
What's the number on, things like that?
Right.
So it's like, yeah, we could close our eyes to it.
Right.
But I mean, I was a little badass kid. I was humping. I was trying to screw. When parents went to work, I've climbed through windows. Me and Carrie with a K have hid under beds. We have done everything you could try to do especially the girls who had two parents. I mean, those were the easiest ones to get. The ones that had big brothers and all that were the easiest ones to get. The harder ones were the ones that had like a single mom or they had like no brothers. Mm-hmm. Those were the hard ones to get. But the ones who had like two parents, oh my God. I got stories of hiding in people's showers and the dad was in there shaving to go to work. And me and D, we were in the shower playing, tickling each other. We're in the shower hiding like this, and he's in there shaving because he came to use their bathroom, and we waiting for him to go to work. Me and Carrie done hit on balconies. Right. Man, the stories go on and on and on. So it's like, let's be more preventive than. But I understand where you're coming from. It is a hard one.
Yeah.
It's definitely a hard one. But it's real.
It's real. It's life.
So we we can't. But that's progressive thinking, right?
Right.
But you don't want to put the extra chemicals in your kid's body.
And that's what that too. It does have side effects.
It does have side effects. But a baby has more. You have, I got pretty lucky. My kids got out of, school without having any, but I've seen so many examples of it. Right. I mean, I had my kid 16 turning 17. Mm-hmm. And baby, you don't know nothing. You don't even know how to clean yourself. Mm-hmm. Having a kid. It does alter you. All right, let's wrap this show up. Until next week, Carrie with a K will be back, I think. So that concludes our show tonight. We know there's a lot of podcasts you could be listening to.
And should be listening to.
So we thank you for riding with us. I'm J.R. Rydha.
And I'm Carrie with a K. Make sure you look us up on Facebook or Instagram or get at us on grownmenchoppingitup@gmail.com. That's spelled out GROWNMENCHOPPINGITUP. And remember, everybody kneeling ain't praying.
Peace.